this first round match here at the Dafabet Masters. Joe Perry breaking off in frame 5, trailing 3-1 to Stephen Maguire. It's been a very high standard. Maguire's had breaks of 112.80, also a 56 in the fourth frame. Perry a 78. He's only made a couple of errors, but when it's snooker of this sort of standard, that can cost you frames. So 3-1, Maguire halfway to victory.
Yeah, Joe will be a little bit annoyed with himself that he missed that red to the green pocket in the last, but put that behind him. If he gets this one, it's game on. Great red. Unlucky with the positional side. Good tuck in behind the yellow or the brown here, though. Well, the pot deserved more as regards to the positional side. I think there's only one shot here, though, I think, behind the yellow. Great touch. You're always a little bit apprehensive when you're playing those shots on these fast cloths. Don't want to overdo it, but of course then you don't want to underdo it either. But that was a great touch. Well, he's contemplating trying to get in to the side of the pack, the right-hand side of the pack, just below the pink, but if he doesn't get low enough, he'll leave the right-hand red on. Touch of right-hand side on the cue ball, but he's got to get low on the pack. Doesn't look bad. Well played. That's a great shot. If he was anywhere near the pink spot, he would have left Stephen the red on. Played it well. You would have liked that to have been touching ball. Well, is he thinking about the pot here? I think it's the safety, probably about half ball to have the weight down the table. He went for the pot. Well, that really has surprised me. Not sure about that one, especially with the awkward cueing. And now he wishes he'd played the safety shot. Especially if Joe knocks this in and gets himself onto the black or the blue as we watch the replay. That was always going to be difficult. He's got a slight angle here to get back for the blue. He's come across it. Oh, that's unlucky to see it land there. Well, the only bonus here for Joe is that if this red is absolutely dead straight, because then all Stephen can do is try and get back for the blue, and that would be some shot. It'll be a Judd Trump special, this one. Well, look at that, no angle at all. Oh, well, what about that one? He's hit that sweet as a nut. Kept everything still. Delivered the cue perfectly. Well, he went aggressive there. 3-1 up, looking to push on. And to be honest, David, that's his natural game, isn't it? He's looking to open them up as fast as possible.
Yes, and we've seen it right from the off in this match. First frame, first chance he got, he went for. Now then, he's having a good look at this red to see if it goes.
Well, I think that will go. He's looking at the other one now. Well, he's rechecking the angle. He's going to use the pink here to come back for the black. Great shot. Well played.
7.
It looked simple, but it needed to be played. I just wonder whether he's come out far enough to take this red onto the green pocket. That wasn't quite as intended, but this might not be too bad. Well, it seems that he can see enough of this red. It's pretty easy to hold for the black as well. I think it's there. Well played.
15.
Well, he is cueing quite beautifully, Steve Maguire, this evening.
Well, if anything with that cannon, he just got a little bit underneath that red. He's got options here, though. Nicely through the gap. Well, I've not seen him cueing this well, David, for some time. He's obviously in the mood this week.
28.
Looks very focused. Oh, just as I'm bigging him up, he's going to miss that one. That's incredible.
Maguire 28.
Well, that's the first real miss we've seen when he's been nicely in with what you would call a regulation pot. And he was a bit bemused by it.
Yes, good as well. Well played, Joe.
1.
And I think the red just above the pink goes to this right corner. Just checking that now. don't think he was expecting this chance so early. Good red. I think that kicked. I think it's kicked and thrown a different angle on the cue ball.
8.
Sounded heavy. Definitely. The black has bounced, and the cue ball lost the pace and the angle. I think this red will still go to the green pocket, but he's not interested. He's not playing the pot, he's playing the safety. Well, that was a similar safety shot as in the first frame when he hit the yellow, and Stephen knocked one of these in for 112. Missed it this time.
Yes, it seemed to me Perry played that safety still with disappointment in his mind at the kick. But anyway, he wasn't punished for it. That's a good pot.
1.
Yeah, good point there, David, with that disappointment, because at the end of the day, you know, these boys are normally pretty good at just erasing the memory banks of when something happens, but sometimes it can just stay there for a little while. Well, I don't think there's anything there.
8. Joe Perry, 8.
A better safety shot this time. This is a big frame here for the Cambridge man. 4-1 against 3-2. Should say Cambridgeshire man. He's from Chatteris, not actually Cambridge. Cambridgeshire. That's where Dave Boy Green came from, David, wasn't it? The boxer. He was a good boxer.
Well, speaking of heavyweights, Ronnie O'Sullivan tomorrow night. It's sold out here for when he plays Robert Milkins. And the afternoon match is a pretty tasty starter as well. Ding Junhui against Sean Murphy. So it's a Super Tuesday here tomorrow. And that's a super pot from Stephen Maguire. Another one.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Four. 5.
5.
12.
Would you believe it?
Stephen Maguire, 12.
Great red to get in, and another straight red missed. And these are the sort of shots that annoys him, and this is the sort of times when he gets on his own case. We've mentioned it already in this match. That's 2 easy reds that he's missed that he cannot believe. Neither can we.
Just needs to settle himself.
Was that white? He's okay. Well, he didn't really want to split those reds with a 25-point lead, but having thought about trying to get the white to the top cushion, he hasn't played a great shot. And this red is on to the middle, but it's not easy for Joe Perry. But the rewards are there if he can knock it in. Pink will be waiting. Oh, that was a mile away. A mile away.
Well, we've seen more mistakes in this frame from these two than we saw in all 4 frames prior to the interval. And Perry will be annoyed with himself, I think, because he knows Maguire's just teetering on the brink a little bit, just getting a bit frustrated. But if he can make a few here, then that'll all go away. And he's back in.
1.
Yes, that wasn't exactly clean. No problems there, this end of the table. They all go. He's ever done that slightly. Like to hold for the pink, could go down for the green.
Yes, the point is you're more likely to forget about balls you've missed if they don't cost you frames. If they do, then you're sat where Joe Perry is now, mulling it over.
Well, again, you know, he's powered that in, but he's put it into the corner of the pocket. Hasn't landed perfectly on this red.
14.
It's not a problem. But this is the one that Joe missed, but just look at that. Didn't really threaten the pocket. That was a great chance for him.
15.
Yellow-red colour would be enough.
$17. $18.
Should be enough. Well, we already seen the black. Sorry, the red will pass the black. 47 the lead, 43 on.
22.
Might play the snooker.
Stephen Maguire, 22.
Well, he should have done enough to win the frame, but you never know. Not bad. Didn't want it to roll much further. Stephen's got to be careful here. Just one snooker required. That was nearly a very clever shot. You've just tried to push the brown to the middle of the back cushion. Wasn't far away from doing that. Might find himself in trouble after this one, though. Well, it was an invitation to put the cue ball there. And what a shot that is from Joe Perry. Brilliant. There's been some great play in this match from these two. This is trouble. I think he's already asked our referee, Paul Collier, for any ideas, but he's not allowed to tell him, of course. But what a shot that was from Joe Perry. Worth seeing again.
Foul. Joe Perry 4.
Well, Perry can now tie. That's with blacks from the last two reds and the 6 colours.
Well, that was a great effort from there.
Yes, and at least he didn't hit the pink or the black, because obviously then Perry could win the frame. But this is the sort of frame that can turn matches. If Perry were to eventually win it, then obviously Steve Maguire's sunny mood disappears.
Well, he's caught that far too thick. And the frame could be over now. Well, again, he'll be absolutely livid with himself there. All he had to do was make sure he kept things tight, and might have just thrown this frame away. Well, he laid that great snooker. There you go. And that safety there will hurt Joe Perry. The thing is, it's mentally such a tough game, this, David, isn't it? You know, to continually playing shot after shot and make sure they're absolutely spot on. You know, it needs great mental strength.
Yes, and it's such a difficult game. It's so easy for something to go wrong, and for that to then affect the psychology of the match. But I think Joe Perry's seen enough here.
Maguire 7 and the
so
frame.
Eventually Maguire does win this 5th frame, and he extends his lead here in the first round of the Masters. He needs 2 more frames to reach the quarterfinals, leading Joe Perry by 4 frames to 1.